I'm not concerned at all on reduced deterrence. What I'm concerned about, which is a concern of all, are the supply chains and the price of petroleum and other essentials that pass through the Straits of Hormuz. That is a major concern of everyone.
On April 28, 2026, the Philippines defense chief sat down with Reuters in Manila and gave a calm answer to a hard question. Gilberto Teodoro said he is not concerned at all about reduced deterrence. He has full confidence in the Mutual Defense Treaty with Washington.
These kinds of actions will always be there on the part of China. It only varies in terms of degree and extent, and sometimes on the variation on activities that they do. But it is a constant that...
He pointed to Balikatan as proof of America's commitment. But in the same interview, he warned that Beijing looks for openings whenever rival powers are preoccupied elsewhere. Read those two sentences together, and you understand the most important geopolitical bet being made in Southeast Asia right now.
We have to realize it is not surprising that any opportunity they see to take advantage of a perceived opportunity.
The interview happened against a specific backdrop. The United States and Israel have been at war with Iran since February 28, 2026. A ceasefire has been in place since mid-April. And on the same day Teodoro spoke, Trump's national security team was reviewing an Iranian peace proposal aimed at halting the war and reopening the Strait of Hormuz. The shooting has paused. The strategic damage has not. At the same time, 17,000 troops from 7 nations had just opened the largest Balikatan exercise in the drill's history. Canada, France, New Zealand, and Japan are joining the exercises as active participants for the first time. Japan's self-defense forces are sending 1,400 personnel and will use Type 88 anti-ship cruise missiles to sink a target vessel off the coast of northern Luzon. Japanese combat soldiers are operating on Philippine soil for the first time since World War II. American Typhoon mid-range missiles are deployed. Counter-landing drills are running on Palawan facing the South China Sea. Teodoro's argument rests on 3 pillars. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty still binds Washington to defend the Philippines if attacked. Balikatan 2026 proves the alliance is deepening, not thinning. And Beijing's behavior, in his own words, is opportunistic. Not surprising. What Teodoro did not say out loud is more telling. Manila is buying frigates from Japan. Manila is hosting U.S. Typhoon missiles. Manila has signed reciprocal access agreements with Japan, Canada, France, and New Zealand inside 18 months.
We are committed to our mutual resilience, and in this way, through the SOFA interoperability, other enhanced exchanges shall be done for collective resilience in the Indo-Pacific region.
The confidence Teodoro projected was the public message. The diversification underneath it is the real policy. Here is what makes this moment dangerous. On February 28, 2026, U.S. and Israeli forces launched nearly 900 strikes in 12 hours targeting Iranian missiles, air defenses, military infrastructure, and leadership. The cost did not stop at Iranian targets. American stockpiles paid the bill. The numbers are sobering. Between 1,060 and 1,430 of the 2,330 Patriot missiles in the U.S. stockpile have been expended in the Iran war, according to a CSIS report. THAAD interceptors are between 52 and 80% depleted. Six American warships, including the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, were retasked from the Pacific to the Middle East. Reconnaissance flights over the South China Sea dropped roughly 30% in February. The cost of prosecuting the Iran war has been estimated at $1 billion per day.
Down to make fewer weapons at mass be more effective against more targets. At the operational level, as you're linking joint function, command and control, intelligence, information, movement maneuver, fires, sustainment, protection, and security.
Speaking before the Senate Armed Services Committee on April 21, INDOPACOM Commander Admiral Samuel Paparo did not soften the picture. He said American forces in the Middle East had been using finite levels of munitions. He told lawmakers the defense industrial base needs 1 to 2 years to scale replacement production. And he framed the entire Iran war as a deterrence message to Beijing.
Piper is a really important initiative for us to gain this resilience. And additive manufacturing, this is advanced manufacturing, better metallurgy, faster, on demand, and local.
There's no substitute for prevailing on the battlefield, Paparo told the committee, arguing that Chinese strategists were watching every American move. Senator Richard Blumenthal pushed back. I am tremendously concerned about the impact of the transfer, the drawdown of munitions and capabilities to the Middle East, he told the same hearing. This is the real question Manila cannot say out loud but is clearly weighing. Can America credibly fight a war in the Middle East and simultaneously deter China in the Western Pacific? The Cold War answer was the 2.5 war doctrine. That doctrine was abandoned in the 1990s. Today's American military is structured for one major war plus deterrence elsewhere. Iran consumed the deterrence budget for 2 months. Ceasefire or not, the strategic cost did not reset to zero. History shows what happens when Washington gets distracted. In 1995, while America managed the Bosnia crisis, China occupied Mischief Reef inside Philippine waters. In 2012, while America finished its Iraq drawdown, China seized Scarborough Shoal during a standoff with Philippine vessels. From 2013 to 2017, while America watched Syria and Crimea, China built 7 artificial islands in the Spratlys with full military infrastructure. Every time Washington's eyes moved elsewhere, Beijing's hands moved closer to the next reef. April 2026 fits the pattern exactly. A Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson said China installed a 352-meter floating barrier on April 10 and 11, with 6 Chinese maritime militia vessels spotted inside the shoal. Satellite imagery analyzed by Reuters showed the barricade consisting of 4 fishing boats, a Chinese naval or Coast Guard ship, and a new floating barrier.
We are converged and we agree on the need to resist and deter. The keyword is deter. Any attempt to change the international order to the detriment of our people, our country, and most importantly, for our future generation.
Teodoro himself suggested in October 2025 that China's reference to the shoal as Huangyan Island was a Freudian slip, with Beijing planning to turn it into another artificial island. The numbers behind this pattern are larger than most viewers realize. Paparo told Congress that since 2024 alone, Chinese industry has delivered 12 submarines, 1 aircraft carrier, 2 cruisers, 10 destroyers, and 7 frigates. According to a leaked U.S. Navy briefing, China has a domestic shipbuilding capacity 232 times greater than the United States. The Pentagon assesses China has almost tripled its inventory of precision attack ballistic and cruise missiles to 3,500 since 2020, enabling strikes on virtually all targets in the Western Pacific, including Guam. The pattern is not coincidence, it is doctrine. This is why Manila is no longer betting only on the treaty. Japan has scrapped its post-World War II restrictions on overseas arms exports. Tokyo is now selling warships, missiles, and weapons to allies. The Philippines welcomed Japan's move to scrap restrictions on overseas arms sales, opening the way for exports of warships, missiles, and other weapons. 80 years after the Pacific War ended, Japanese combat troops are operating from Philippine soil with Filipino blessing. This is historic. It signals that Tokyo no longer trusts the United States to be the sole guarantor of regional security. Tokyo is building its own deterrent web with Manila at the center. Australia, France, Canada, and New Zealand are tied in through reciprocal access agreements signed inside the past 18 months. India provides BrahMos missiles. The Philippines is constructing a distributed deterrence network where no single ally is indispensable and every ally is reinforcing.
These kinds of actions will always be there on the part of China. It only varies in terms of degree and extent, and sometimes on the variation on activities that they do. But it is a constant that we have to realize.
Teodoro himself said it cleanly to Reuters. He said Japan has a track record of affordable, high-quality equipment, and Manila is excited that this space is opening up. He confirmed frigate acquisition talks at both the secretary and ministerial levels, with Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi visiting next week to observe Balikatan. This is not a plan B. This is the new shape of Indo-Pacific security architecture. So what does Teodoro's calm sentence actually tell us? 3 things, and none of them are reassuring on their own. First, Manila is publicly committing to the treaty because public commitment is itself a deterrent. If Teodoro had expressed doubt, Beijing would have read that as an opening. The confidence is a weapon. Second, the Philippines is preparing for a world in which American attention is permanently divided. The Iran war is paused, but the Houthis remain active, Lebanon is unstable, the Strait of Hormuz remains a flashpoint, and Ukraine continues. American munition stockpiles will take years to refill. Paparo himself admitted the industrial base needs at least 1 to 2 years to scale. China knows this arithmetic better than anyone.
Australian shift, maybe a decade or 2 ago, in saying that Australia's future is with Asia, has really become a reality. And that's why the closeness between our countries, between Australia and the Philippines, is terribly important.
Third, and this is the part most analysts miss, the alliance network Manila has built since 2024 is no longer a hedge against China alone. It is a hedge against American distraction. Japanese frigates, French naval visits, Canadian patrols, Australian rotations, Indian missiles. Every one of these arrangements exists because Manila has quietly concluded that the Mutual Defense Treaty, while real, can no longer be the only line of defense. Lucio Pitlo of the Philippine Association for Chinese Studies told RFA that Manila's shift represents a calibrated adjustment to changing circumstances, not escalation. That is the bet underneath Teodoro's calm. Not that America will not be distracted, not that the treaty will not hold, but that even if both pressures intensify, the network Manila has built around them will absorb the shock. Here is the question I want you to think about. If America is being forced to spread its munitions, its warships, and its attention across two theaters, and the Iran war has shown exactly how fast stockpiles can drain, how long can the Mutual Defense Treaty alone hold the line in the South China Sea? Drop your answer in the comments. If this breakdown helped you see what is underneath Manila's calm sentence, subscribe and hit the bell. Share it with someone who thinks the Iran war is only about the Middle East. It is not. It is about Asia too. This is Indo-Pacific Report. The world is distracted. We are not. See you in the next one.